Today we're going to install Comma 3X or 4 on a Sienna 2023. I mean, I have Sienna 2023, but I think this is pretty universal across all Toyota cars. So let's dig in. You need a couple things. First, you need the Toyota A harness. I think all the cars that are supported right now by OpenPilot uses A, although we started cracking more recent Sienna, so maybe that'll change. But for this car, I have a Toyota A. You can check on the OpenDVC website or Comma AI website, or ask the friendly people at Discord. So you need the harness, and then you need the actual device. I have a Comma 3X, and also I have a Comma 4. The car side installation for the harness and the Comma power is identical across all the Comma versions that you have. What might be different is the OBDC cable. So this is the OBDC cable for Comma 3X. It's got the right angle tip. The OBDC cable for Comma 4 is straight, but it's exactly the same.
In the car, you have to use Comma's official OBDC cable. In the previous video, I told you that you could use your home phone charger. Phone chargers are fine for turning on Comma and installing OpenPilot, but to have the Comma device talk to your car, you need the official OBDC cable.
The next thing you need is Comma power. Like, it's rolled up, but it's a really long power cable that goes into your OBD2 port. So this part goes into OBD2, and the small part goes into the harness. If you bought your Comma used, you might have gotten an older style. So right now it is the tip, it has 4 pins, right? The older style actually had a Ethernet cable, RJ45 at the end. They work exactly the same way, it's just smaller. The first thing we need to do is take off this cover. First, rotate the rear view mirror away from you so that you have some hand access. The cover is of 2 parts. The big cover is here, and then there's a smaller cover here. The first time you take these off, it's going to feel and sound like you're snapping it. It completely sounds like you're breaking the plastic. It'll not break. I'll show you why. So for the small one, you just pull straight down. Stick your finger in between, pull it straight down. So if you look at the hinges, there's only a hinge at the bottom, right? The other here is a very tiny clip. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's a super tiny clip that's just not gonna break. So it only hinges right here. So it's completely safe to just pull it down. If you have a digital rear view mirror, I think there's like a ring and a clip that you need to undo. I have helped a friend with a RAV4 with a digital rear view mirror, and I think I had to use the pliers for that. But yeah, you'll see it. There's an obstruction that you need to undo too. Okay, next is taking off this bigger cover. This one doesn't pull down, it slides that way alongside the window. So just push it that way. Put your fingers here, push. Okay, and then comes right off. These 2 prongs, they are going into this little tab, these orange tabs. So again, once you're done with all this process, you're gonna put it here and then slide up. Okay, push, go down to that. There we go. Now we have the cover off. The hard part is done. The next part is connecting the harness. Let me first show you where it is. So up here, there are 1, 2, 3 plugs. The one that you want is this gray one. If you have a digital rear view mirror, there's going to be one more. And the people with it tend to pull that one out instead of the gray one. It is this gray one that you want to pull out. Before pulling it, turn off the car and get your harness ready. And there's a little tab that you push on up and then pull. Push up with your thumb and pull. It comes out really easy. Okay, and then with your harness, there's a female end and the male end. It only goes one way. Plug this in here. Come on, like that. Okay, and then plug the other end in the original spot. And that's it. So if you look at it, this end of the cable is effectively the car, and this end of the cable is the camera. Now here we're injecting something in the middle, right? This is where comma goes. This is a very classic man in the middle attack if you want to look into it. And you're done. Okay, how do you make sure that you did it right? We turn on the car. Let me zoom out again. Shoot. I'm gonna just turn on the car. If you did it right, on the dashboard and on the screen, there are no errors. It's as though you didn't do anything. And you didn't do anything. Right now, it's just a relay that just connects the two cables with a wire in the middle. Good. We're done with the harness install. Now let's install comma power and OBDC cable. Turn off your car. The comma power is, again, this long cable. This end goes here. Again, it only goes in one way. The other end goes into your OBDC port on your car. And the OBDC port is here. Right here. So take the other end of the comma power and plug it in. Again, it only goes one way. Oop. There we go, we're done. Now this cable management is kind of unwieldy, like it's dangling here, right? After you install comma and you're just using it normally, this comma power is optional. It lets you do a couple things like keep the comma on after you leave the vehicle. It lets you upload the data from comma to the Comma AI server so that your drive is recorded on the training data, so that your own driving becomes a part of the training data. If you decide to keep it, you can do the cable management like running it here. You can run it down here or across here. You know how to do cable management. Or you can just take it off if you don't care. If you're using TSK Manager and Extractor to extract the Toyota security key from your Sienna, RAV4, Yaris, or what have you, during the extraction you want this cable. So for now, even if you decide not to use it later, have it connected. The next one is the OBDC cable. As I showed you, on comma 4, these are both straight ends, but on comma 3 and 3X, the right angled one goes into the comma device and the straight angle one goes into the harness box. So this you can just plug in because there's nothing at the end. But during this demonstration, I need to plug in both comma 4 and 3, and comma 4's port is a touch too long for this to plug all the way in, which means I need to plug in the straight end, which means I need to use the right angled end on the harness. Ultimately, it's just a bi-directional cable, so it doesn't matter, but if you're installing 3 or 3X, know that you're supposed to put the straight end into the harness. And you're done. If you have a comma 3 or 3X, you need to put the mount on a couple days before you install comma, so you need the mount, but in terms of the electronics, you're done. On the next video, we'll go into how to use TSK Manager and TSK Extractor to extract the Toyota security key from your car.